These are the peppers. This is the pepper raised bed. There's banana pepper on that side. That is bell pepper, banana pepper here, bell pepper, cayenne, jalapeno over here. Yeah. And guys, we've had these planted since way back in the late spring, and they did not do well at all during the heat, the hottest months. And when it started cooling off some and we got more rain, which we do water the beds, but there's nothing like rain on a garden or any plants that help to make them grow even more. And these are the okras, and I need to get in there and trim it because I had no idea they had flourished. So I'm going to get in there hopefully sometime, maybe this weekend, if not maybe Monday, and kind of go through it again, chop it, and see if it'll come back. As long as we have, you know, those mild temperatures and enough sun during the day, it'll keep bearing. Now, these didn't fall. They're still bearing a little bit, but not anything like these that got chopped off. So what does that tell me for next year? If my okra is getting way too tall, I'm going to chop it off and keep it to a point where I can reach it, because this is a lot more manageable than that tall stuff that I can't even hardly reach. And then over here, the zinnias, I'm just gonna have to get out here and pull them up. I hate to, because they're still, you know, I still get a bloom off, and I'm leaving, like I said, some of the blooms on to get those bees that are still needing pollen. And it's mostly like little bumblebees. You can see one right there on that flower. They're, you know, they're moving slow, but they're still out here. So I really don't want to pull them up until, you know, there's no hope for them completely. This year we had lots of cucumbers. And guys, I love to have this trellis full of those cucumber vines. It just is such a, you know, aesthetically pleasing to go under there in the shade in the heat of the summer. But I think next year we're just going to plant a couple of cucumbers here and maybe some others throughout the season, just kind of periodically plant some and just have them grow on their own trellis. But on here, I hope next year to have more loofah come up. I got one loofah this year, and we just picked it last night because we were afraid the frost was going to be here. So early in the year next year, I'm going to sow those seeds and get them started, and hopefully have a whole trellis full of loofahs for my soap making endeavors next year. Now this is the Mexican sunflower, and you can see it's pretty tall. This one did not get blown down, but the others did, or they got chopped off. And I think that one just kind of fell over. Let me put this back to there. And even though they just kind of fell over, they are continuing to bloom, because this one right here has a few more blooms on it. But these that fell over toward Milady, and she's going to get a fresh fall look, I promise. It's coming. She's looking pretty rough over here. She's tired, so we're going to freshen her up. But look at all these blooms to come. And I just picked, I left one for the pollinators, and then this one pretty much has just the seed head on it. All the petals have fallen. But there's plenty more blooms on this Mexican sunflower. So I'm hoping that the frost will continue to hold off. We'll just have our Indian summer and things will continue to come off. Now, I picked pretty much all the leaves off of the comfrey. And then I have one cilantro. I just picked a little bit off just to have in the house. All the squash are gone. Zucchini and squash did not have a good year this year. I don't know why. They just did not. This is the cauliflower. So I'm hoping it's gonna, now that the temps are cooler, it'll hopefully pop out. And then this is a remaining tomato plant. It's got green tomatoes on it. And then it got blown over, as you can see. That's the little bit of basil I left in there just in case it wants to flourish during the Indian summer. And then there's a bunch of green tomatoes on these vines. So if they don't ripen, I'm just gonna pickle them. We'll pick them and pickle them. And down there is, I'm gonna take a little picture of that. That is a mushroom. The soil that we put in these raised beds is a mushroom, I forgot it right now. Anyway, compost, I guess. Yes, mushroom compost. And I dropped some of my sage. I'm gonna put it in my container. All of this right here in this area was sage. And then I cut back some of this basil. We'll see if it comes back. All the mint's gone. I got most of the thyme. And then over here is our green leafy bed. Aren't they pretty? So there they are. And they're doing pretty good. Pretty good. So I'm looking forward to having a little bit of kale. I can't eat a lot of kale because of my kidney stones. I don't want to grow any more of those the size of the last one I had. It was so big. It was about the size of the inside of my kidney, and I had to have surgeries, and that was a year and a half ago, so I don't want to do that anymore. But anyway, that's the garden bed, and like I said, I'm going to go up and get the rest of the comfrey up there on the hill. Way up there. And those tomatoes pretty much have finished up there. There might be a few green tomatoes up there that we'll pick soon, hopefully. Hey everybody, I am down at the garden where the raised beds are, and I am trying to harvest the last, probably the last of the harvest from the summer season. But I have gotten a lot of my herbs that I want to put up, get them dried and put up so that I can have benefits from them all winter. I harvested the sage. I harvested a little bit of oregano that was left. I also harvested what basil was left. I left a little bit of the basil because with the chance of frost that we had last night, I wanted to go ahead and get as much of it as I can to put into the freezer. And hopefully, if we don't have any frost, I know there was a little bit of frost last night or early this morning, but I don't think it affected where we are down here at the garden bed. I think the trees that surround it, the garden beds help to preserve what was left in the garden. And I'm thankful for that, because without that, I wouldn't have anything to put up for the winter. We still have jalapenos and cayenne and a few bell peppers left, and some banana peppers that are still hanging in there. I actually have a few. I thought the okra was gone, but with that windstorm that we had a few weeks ago, but even the pieces that broke down, it has sprouted out new life. And so hopefully we won't get any frost and I can still get a few pieces of okra. Now, I did harvest some of the marigolds that have bloomed. I left a few for the few bees that are still flying around. I got those and some of the Mexican sunflowers that the wind blew over. Some of them broke off the top, but then where they broke off, they branched out. So the stems aren't that long and they aren't that big, but they're still beautiful. I hope that I can make a bouquet and put it in a vase this evening. I think that's all pretty much that I did harvest some of the comfrey, because I like to get that into the dehydrator so that I'll have comfrey throughout the winter to make comfrey salve. I've got another spot of comfrey. I'm going to go up there next and get that. But overall, I mean, it's pretty much gone. I do have, we have a spot that we have already started some winter crops, and I think we've got cauliflower, which is not doing as well as the other green leafy vegetables. We've got, I think, a few broccoli, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, and kale. I think that's what and cabbage. I don't know if I said cabbage. Anyway, we've got that over there in that bed, and I'll get a video of that, or at least a picture of it. But that's the end of the season, and I think I even have one more video of the September garden that I haven't even edited, so I don't even know when this will get put up. Hopefully things will settle down, and with the milking season coming to an end, I'll have a little bit more time in the evenings to work on things and get them edited out to you guys. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. I'm trying to get up to at least 1,000 subscribers, and if you could share any of the videos that you like and share them on your social media, like this video, comment, all of those things help with getting monetized. And as you know, all of the animals that I sell, all the eggs, everything, all of that goes back into the homestead to try to make it a better homestead for the animals. And that is definitely the goal with, you know, getting to the point where I can get monetized on YouTube. I will be putting out a lot more cooking videos in the near future, because I do have a tendency to do more recipes in the winter months, because I have more time, one, but also because I like those savory foods in the winter. But you guys have a great day, evening, whatever time it is that you're watching this, and I hope you'll come back and watch more videos. Thanks for everything. May God bless you all. These are all the herbs and flowers that I picked today, or harvested today. Ellie, I can't even keep up with you. These marigolds. Yeah, they're all bent over, and I just hate to cut them. There's still some zinnias that are surviving, and I'm just gonna let them be till the frost comes. If we had any frost last week, it was minimal. Just minimal. Look at that. We do have a little bit of damage from, the only thing I can figure is the dogs that were here. They got in on this end here, got a hold of that Brussels sprout pretty bad. The collards look pretty good. The kale has a few limbs broken off a bit, or leaves, whatever. But just look through there at that Mexican sunflower. It's beautiful. It has been gorgeous. I love it.